Sign us up.
Into it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wow. 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 This is episode 2. Be here. All right. So, episode 2 on the welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me here today. This is episode 2, as I said before. We are talking about meta dimensionality. So, what in the world is that? I don't even completely know. Oop, not my hat falling off. This is live, so I'm leaving that in. So, look, we're talking about interdimensionality today. And we're going to have some fun. So, let's get right into it. Today, we desk meta interdimensionality in the presentation produced by Ermusio Productions LLC through vocal performance, fashion, painting. Check it out. And discussion, being myself, will present to you an analysis on metadimensionality, its origins, the founders, major breakthroughs, its impact on each industry, and where it's going. Join along for Scripture of the Day, laughter, entertainment, and education, all delivered with an ASMR experience. We love that. All right. Join as I deliver to you, as always, the full Monty of podcasting. All right. So first, before we get into it, you already know we got to get a little sip. So, all right. So going into this, I didn't know what exactly was going to happen, how I was going to go about looking into the information, how I was going to go about approaching what exactly to talk about. Luckily, here on the sides, we have a framework. So, as I said, its origins, the founders, the major breakthroughs, its impact, where it's going, all that stuff. But the thing about metadimensionality that you're going to find out, that I also found out, is it's not an absolute. It's not an absolute. It is very hypothetical, but it's interesting. So I wanted to see, like, what is this about. So everything we're going to discuss is pretty much mostly theoretical, but I found it to be extremely, extremely, extremely interesting. So before we get into that, let's go head over to the verse of the day. Now, this one was extremely special to me. Take a look. I write these things to you who believe in the name of the Son of God, so that you may know that you have eternal life. That's 1 John chapter 5, verse 13. So the reason why this stuck out to me is because it's basically the foundation of my faith as a Bible believing Christian, as a person that has a spiritual connection to God and salvation in Jesus Christ. Um, Basically, It's the premise of everything that I believe, simply said in one sentence. This is the foundation of salvation. It's not tricky or convoluted. Essentially, our sin separated us from God when we fell away due to what happened in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, right? And we're going to get more context on that later. But yeah, essentially, once we were separated from God, we needed an atonement, and that was Jesus Christ, right? So that's the Son of God, Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son. So once he was the final sacrificial lamb, the final sacrifice to reconnect us to God, that was the olive branch, that was the bridge that covered every single person to ever be born in history. Can you just think of that? Every single person, you, right there, it covers you. So if you decide to accept that gift by, like it says here, accepting, believing in the name of the Son of God, and having access to eternal life, that's literally it. It's literally that simple. And a reason why it seems so convoluted and so confusing is because there's so many different options out there. But this monotheistic belief is focused on one way. And that's what makes it so, um, I guess, so difficult to accept or controversial, because it's that one faith, that one belief that says this is it. And it's not like everything else. The Bible describes other beliefs as paganistic. So basically, the whole pagan thing is anything opposite of the one way to God. Christians believe, the belief is based on one way to God, access through Jesus Christ. So I'm going to end off saying it extremely clear. John, 1 John chapter 5:13 is the foundation of faith. If you choose to believe and you follow the Christian faith, it's the belief that through believing in and accepting the gift of eternal life through Jesus Christ, the Son of God, you are saved, you have eternal life, you go to heaven. That's it. Um, a brief touch on the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, because this does play a role, is the Old Testament was founded on all the laws. I think there was 613, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, of laws to follow. But then in the New Testament, the law is done away with, and it's through grace alone that you're saved, through belief. And that's it. So, wow, right? Wow, wow. That's what I believe. It's just, me sharing a piece of myself. It's not forced or anything. It's just a piece of information that I wanted to extend to you, just in case you didn't know what the Christian faith is about. There's a lot of confusing figures out there, a lot of mixed messaging, but the actual Christian faith is the belief that you're saved through Jesus Christ, and that's how you have access to heaven and to our Heavenly Father. That's it. And it's through faith alone. All right, so tons more wows on the way. Tons more wows. I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready. I do not think you're ready, because this topic is so interesting. It's so I guess kind of confusing if you can't wrap your head around it. But it's extremely, extremely detailed. So, the fashion piece I'm going to talk to you about, you already see the intro, but the fashion piece, the show that I'm presenting through the textile, it tells meta, right? So Fundamentally, the whole metadimensionality idea, let me pull up the definition for you here. Metadimensionality is the theoretical fifth dimension that is believed to mediate the entanglement between quantum particles. We're going to investigate that further in depth later in just a second. So, you're accessing different dimensions, theoretically, different universes, time and space. Things are different in small ways or in large ways. But there's something that ties them all together. That's these quantum particles, right, that are theoretically discussed. I wanted to represent that in my fashion by, the different patterns, different looks, but there's little key factors that tie each look together. As you've seen, I have shorts on. Are we in the summer? Is it hot? What is it? I have long sleeves on. Is it winter? So it's tying in all these different ideas. It's changes of seasons, times, changes of colors, like what's acceptable in fashion. This is argumentally atrocious. But for the sake of argument, I put this together to different, the tie with the color. This with the color. We have chains on. We have yellow. We have this a do-rag. It's a pink do-rag. It's whole different look. We're serving urban streetwear. We're serving casual. We're serving surfer vibes. We're serving all different types of looks. This is insane. And this metadimensionality theory is insane as well. All right, so let's go right ahead. Also, another fun thing I really want to do is, because we're switching up, it's confusing. It's all mixed up, collaged together. It's all one. It's everything everywhere all at once. Not spots by the way, but definitely, that's definitely what it's giving. So, in regards to that, I wanted to sing a space song. We're going to elevate the show, elevate the podcast by doing more music. So I'm going to do a number of different songs throughout the podcast. So if you came for the music, stay all the way through. Stay all the way through and demolish the like button, because I'm serving you multiple different songs. The first one we're going to do is by David Bowie, Space Oddity. Space Oddity. Am I saying that right? Let's get into it. This is Space Oddity by David Bowie. Ground control to Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Commencing countdown. Engines on. Check ignition, and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. For here I am, sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you? Here I am floating in my tin can, far above the moon. The earth is blue, there's nothing I can do. That's it. Y'all, I done had a whole coughing spell. That's why it's important to keep your water on the side. I gotta deliver every time. Never slip. You have to load up the side and let it, whew, gotta stay on it. But yeah, I needed some water. It wasn't funny up here. Thank you to the power of editing. So yeah, anyway, the interesting thing about that David Bowie song is the fact that it was touching on, different types of subjects in regard to space. And 50 years after this song was released, NASA released this, statement, came out with research, this cool, little thing they found happened to be black hole, So they finally was able to have that great monumental moment happen. And David Bowie was like ahead of his time. So I don't know, I found that interesting. Anyway, let's get right into it. We're gonna, of course, have our lighting ceremony, non-spons, Sandra and Linen. All right, let's get into it. So look, I was saying this on a recent recording for Behind the Sides that I found out, well, I was told that this is nice. But look, I was told that you're supposed to clip these and that makes them last longer. So that's exactly what we did. The candle is lit. Can you smell it? I hope you can smell it through the screen. It smells like linen. It smells amazing in here. All right, so everything's set in place. Now it's time for us to get right into it. So first order of business, we have to take a look at meta-dimensional ordinance. So like, what started this conversation? What is it about? Let's start with definition. Let's see what we got. And of course, as always, 7 facts, nice and easy, nothing too much. We're gonna find out a little something and walk away hopefully from this video with a bit of fun, a bit of information. That's the whole idea. So let's see. The concept of metadimensionality. So according to LinkedIn.com, that's what's popping up here. In mathematics, the concept of dimensionality is well established and understood. Dimensionality of space refers to a number of independent coordinates or degrees of freedom needed to specify the position of a point in space. What? I don't don't know. Do y'all know? Do y'all know what this means? I don't. So it's the number. So number. So it sounds like it's how you tell where something is. Um, I'm just waiting for an answer to pop up. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's okay. So I think it's like how you tell where something is. You need a certain amount of something. So yes, the number of coordinate degrees of freedom to see where something is. Let me know down in the comment section below if you know. I don't know. So that's the terms of dimensionality. But I feel like we need to dig a little deeper. I don't know if that completely covers the concept, but I'm going to go ahead and plug that in because I feel like that definitely is going to help us out with a framework of, you know, what we're dealing with. Try to get those answers we're looking for. Okay. So I feel like maybe we should just look up what meta means because I kind of have an understanding of what meta means. I kind of looked into it when Facebook rebranded themselves as Meta. So off the dome, it's background knowledge. It's something within something. Let's see. Let's see, meta definition, and then we're going to double back and see what's the definition of meta dimensionality. All right. A creative, all right, meta, adjective. A creative work referring to itself or the conversions of its genre, self-referential, self-referential. Words with Bing. Yeah. All right, so I've been trying to make sure I'm saying things right because I'm trying to understand what you guys understand too. All right, so yeah, so self-referential. All right, I don't know it. So referring to itself, I'm just going to look a little bit deeper just to make sure we have the right understanding of that. So self-referential, making reference to itself or oneself. All right, so to me, the way I would explain it is meta is the number of different variations of one thing. And then, all right, so then they have a little sentence here to help us along. The enterprise is all right, I'm just going to read it. The enterprise is inherently meta since it doesn't review movies. For example, it reviews the reviewers who review movies. Oh. So something like based off of itself. I remember one time when I was in like this marketing class in school, we were kind of going over the Lego movie that was released like a couple years before. And it was a term that we learned. It was like self-marketing, something marketing. Let me know down in the comment section below. But basically, all right, so it's when a brand produces a product, and in that product, it's selling its own product. So the Lego movie itself was making money off of the actual movie, and then the movie also was a large advertisement for Legos, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I feel like I feel like that's how it tied in. All right, I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? We're going to find out together because, yeah, it's the only way. Oh, yeah, another thing. Since we're doing this whole, alternate reality, interdimensional, this, that, this is this, we're switching things up. I don't know. I would feel like it'll be extremely interesting if every 10 minutes I just had a completely different accent. So let's do that. I don't know. It's all about random funness here. So, all right. So far, we have an understanding what meta is: a creative work, referring to itself, and it's an extension of itself and refers to itself, and there's variations of it. It's something within something of something. We're all in this together. I don't know. And then dimensionality is, I'm glad we're not having a test on this. All right, so dimensionality is when you're looking for a certain amount of data points to get an idea of where something's position is. So now let's put them together. I'm still a little confused, but hopefully by the end of this I can understand, and we can both understand together. Alright, so we're typing in here meta-dimensionality. What did y'all have for lunch last Wednesday? Let me know down. Let me know down in the comment section below. I remember I said that like I was in the break room, the most random comment. I don't know, like I just be random like that. I said the most random comment to my coworker. I'm like, what did you have for lunch last Wednesday? It was something that just popped in my mind. I just wanted to know. And then everybody thought it was hilarious. So I genuinely wanted to know. Like, if you don't remember what you had for lunch last Wednesday, let me know what you had for breakfast, say, Monday. Let me know what you had for breakfast on Monday. Because maybe you might remember breakfast more. Most people have breakfast in the morning. It's the best meal, start of your day type of thing. So maybe you remember breakfast. Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. So look. Apparently, the concept of meta-dimension was proposed by Dr. Mayer. We're going to have to go back and add that to the next slide too. Dr. Mayer as possible framework for understanding the underlying nature of quantum entanglement. The meta-dimension is a theoretical fifth dimension that is believed to mediate the entanglement between quantum particles. So I feel like that kind of starts to make sense because entanglement is synonymous for, I guess, connectivity. Things are together. Things are, entanglement. In recent times, I'm really trying to be non-controversial here, so I'm not going to talk about who, but we've heard entanglement used in other ways recently. Y'all know I'm not saying it, drama free over here. But look, this entanglement has to do with quantum particles. So they're mixed up together. They're intertwined. They're jumbled up. Now, in that space, it has to do with the dimensions, right? So if that dimension thing that we were talking about earlier, dimensionality itself, is about trying to find these points to see where particles are in space or whatever, it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the slides. Alright, so we have the second one here. We have the second one here. So, yeah. As far as anything else we have here, apparently we have a lot of things from Reddit. I don't know why Reddit's here. The point of the matter is, I don't have any idea, none at all, what this is. Do you? I don't know. But we're supposed to find out together. So the thing is, I want to try to find really extremely reputable sources. I need sources that are clearly well studied, peer reviewed, I don't know, like things like that. So Reddit apparently is not going to do it. Next, in terms of just trying to find like the fundamental understanding of metadimensionality, we have a little research paper from researchgate.net. Okay, oh, what is it saying here? What is it saying here? Oh, what? This has to do with its relation in medical research, and I know we have a slide here that has to do with metadimensionality and how it affects, different industries. So I feel like we're gonna hold off of that and then see what else we can find. Okay. What this reminds me of? Whenever I have to do these slideshows, it takes me all the way back to primary school. And whenever there's a project or anything like that, you have to make slides presentation. We didn't really use slides. I feel like slides was something that was made later. But yeah, with presentations, I really just wanted to do the design part. I wanted to have a really cool transition. I wanted to add pictures or things like that. I didn't want to do the research part. This is where it's fun, so we're struggling here. But that's alright, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have to struggle together. Alright, so fandom.net is saying the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension has to do with the idea of parallel worlds. It is believed there are multiple universes, and this collection of universes creates the multiverse. I love this information here because going into this, I kind of knew a little what I wanted to talk about when it came to how it affects the industries. And this multiverse idea we're going to touch on later, I feel like it's definitely shown up a lot in film and industry, I can say that much. So this is going to tie into a subject later. But the thing is, just think for a second here. What if it's true? If it's true, I would definitely find it interesting, but to be honest, I don't see myself going to another dimension, I was watching this one video about black holes. Maybe we can do a full episode on black holes later, but yeah, so Quantum Veritasium, when I was watching the video, you travel through some type of way. You go through a black hole, and on like the outskirts of it, there's a way to get out of it to go like away as you go outwards. I don't know if it makes sense here. But on the other side, there's a white hole that connects you to like the outskirts of another black hole, and then through that, it's a way to get to another universe. So, what was said is in that universe, theoretically, say you experience gravity in like the opposite way. So you don't have gravity pushing towards you, you have gravity pushing away. Now, what that means to me is everything's just flying all over the place, and you know, I prefer to stay on the ground. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Theoretically, it sounds like a great idea. Practically, it doesn't. I feel like we should just stick to being entertained by the thought of other dimensions, but also something's telling me just our explorative nature as humans, we're not going to. If this is real, I know they're going to want to, investigate it. Don't sign me up. I'm not going. I'm not going. I do not care. I do not need to see us over there. No, no, no. Okay. Wow. Where is the information here? I'm looking for something that really screams, I'm looking for something that stands out here that really jumps out at you. Whoa, what in the world is this? I'm finding a lot of forums for some reason. I'm finding a lot of, forums. There's a fandom here because I guess these are ideals that aren't really grounded on anything because just theoretical, and people group together because they fancy the same thing and they would like for this to be a reality. So I feel like that's why Reddit and things are popping up. We're gonna use one. Alright, so this is powerlisting.fandom.com. Alright, let's see. It's like really interesting, but it's also like really creepy. It really is. Like seeing the illustrations here, fifth dimensional beings. What? Of course, a lot of anime. We love anime. I grew up watching, Dragon Ball Z things. It makes sense that they would touch on that topic a lot in anime, And that's the interesting thing. Like when you can like see something for the entertainment, but also learn from it as well. It's really cool. Whoa. Okay. So, this is way out there. This is crazy. Stay with me here. So apparently, the limitations in this quantum dimensional dimensionality. Too many words, too many phrases, and too late. So there's limitations here. Given that attaining additional spectral dimensions essential amounts to enhance the range of movements for the user from singular points to moving through time, there is no guarantee that baseline fifth dimensional entities are stronger than fourth or lower beings. So this has to do with how they interact with the time or with the dimension. So this is just like way out there, and that's what I love. That's what I love. We can go and have just different conversations about, you know, anything. And I don't know what this is at all, but I'm trying to find out, you know, and hopefully we can find out together. So hang on, y'all. I don't know what this means, but it looks interesting to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the slides, so and see what we got. See what we got going. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. You know, it is 7 points. It's 7 points. But do we get the gist of it? I don't know if we. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it at all. And that's the interesting thing. We work together. Usually they send me here on the side desk. Obviously it's just me because we don't have another guest today. But y'all can go ahead and scan those QR codes right here, yonder, and get signed up, because really the way this is supposed to go is we're supposed to be confused together and trying to figure it out together, but it's just me right now. I don't know what this is at all. I don't have a clue. And I don't know. I guess just at this point we can just keep on digging and trying to get more information and try to get an understanding to hold on this, because I don't know what this is at all. But you know what? We're hanging on in there together. Darn tootin'. Alright, so we have this definition here from dictionary.com. I feel like this is going to be the one to push us in the right direction, y'all. So take a look at this here. It states, what? Okay. It's a noun in mathematics and physics, apparently. A theoretical dimension beyond or in addition to a fourth dimension. So you see how this has a lot to do with like traveling outside the universe, outside the dimensions that we know, outside of those things like that. Well, that's the only way I know how to transition in between clips. So basically, I was talking for the past like almost 2 hours, going over everything. And lo and behold, as I close out the show and go check the camera isn't even on, y'all. Wasn't even on. So I'm like, all right, so where do we leave off on? We left off on like trying to explain it's time travel, something like that. It's literally 3:46 a.m. But we are not a quitter, all right? We are not a quitter. Mom ain't raised no quitter, all right? So the only thing is, At this point, yeah, I literally finished the whole presentation. Essentially, we're constructing a Google Slides and we're researching together and we're finding out things together. But at this point, I already have the whole slides presentation. So we are still going to try our best to get through this. Love you for hanging on. I appreciate the support. We're just going to read through all the information we have. Okay? This is the third go around. The third go around. But you know what? Sometimes when it feels like there's things in the way, it's like you want to stop, but you can't. You can't allow the blessing to be blocked because you just quit. You're almost there and there's something special on the other side. Just like this metadimensionality stuff. There's something special on the other side just out of reach that you just don't see. So I'm not giving up. Let me just get this little sippy sip and we gonna go. All right, y'all? Okay, so I'm trying to see where we left off. I'm not quite sure, so I'm just going to go through since the origins. All right, maybe since the origins. I don't know. So here's what we got, y'all. Meta-dimensional origins. In mathematics, the concept of dimensionality is well established and understood. The dimensionality of space refers to the number of independent coordinates or degrees of freedom needed to specify the position of point in that space. Does anyone understand what that means? We continue. The concept of metadimension was proposed by Dr. Mayer Abulsamy. Abulsam? I don't know. Mabel Abulsam. Okay. Possible framework for understanding an underlying nature of quantum entanglement. The metadimension is a theoretical fifth dimension believed to mediate the entanglement between quantum particles. The fifth dimension has to do with the idea of parallel worlds, multiple universes, giving the additional spackle dimensions, essential amounts of enhanced range of movements for the user for singular points to move through time. Alright, dimension theory is a branch of typology devoted to the definition and study of notion of dimension in certain classes of typological spaces. Oh my gosh. What? I don't know. 7. The motivation for investigating the role of metadimension in mediating quantum entanglements is driven by the need to expand our understanding of the fundamental principles of governing quantum mechanics. Alright, but look, that's what makes it fun here. We don't know what in the world is going on. We research a random topic that we think is kind of interesting and we try to figure it out together. I don't know. Alright, so next, I found a couple names of founders. We have Dr. Mayer Abulsamy, Clyde Gluckenheim, L.J. Marcus, V.V. Fredelha, G. Wang, Scott Hempel. You see how all these people sound smart? Like they sound like they do food prep. They sound like they have at least 3 pencils. They sound like they tuck their shirts in. They sound smart. So it makes sense that they will be the founders. We have Hamilton Scott. I don't know if I mentioned him as well. All right, so let's move right along. Major breakthroughs. This is when I went crazy. The footage is lost, but like all this stuff is like super, super interesting. So scientists engineered synthetic metamaterial direct medical waves along a specific paths which add an intuitive an innovative layer of control of 4D reality, otherwise known as synthetic dimension. Okay? Also, light shed in a new method of rapidly identifying and classifying defects in manufacturing equipment, fourth dimensional metal frameworks. In addition to that, number 4, SVD is important for dimensionality reduction, algorithm, and machine learning. Metadimensions are a new type of dimension that resemble normal dimensions, but there is no meta tick speed and meta galaxies. This stuff is crazy. So-called topical phrases which were first identified in the 1980s. This isn't quite as incomprehensive as it first seems, the new phase of one of many within a family. So this was discovered in the 1980s. Now at this point, we have relatively new technologies. Say you were born in the 20s, you're 60, you're like, what? Do they have house phones at this point? Yeah. Do they have televisions, with a couple channels? I think it was like 7 channels. What? That's breakthrough. In the 80s, this was also like available information, so I feel like we always learn things late. I don't know. But it's going to get crazier. Like, it's going to continue to evolve. Like, we just aren't ready for it. Okay, this breakthrough is paving the way for applications and personal recommendations by understanding and interpreting the intricacies of color, motion, and sound. Overall, this like synthetic world to reach into another dimension, I don't know, like it's technically not real, but it is. I find it super interesting. And it pretty much restructures everything. Now, surprisingly, we get to sing again. This is Chris de Burgh's A Spaceman Came Traveling. A spaceman came traveling on a ship from afar. 'Twas light years away of time since his mission first did start. And over a village he halted his craft, and it hung in the air like a star, just like a star. He followed the light and came down to a shed where a mother and a child were laying in their bed. A bright light of silver shone around his head, and he had the face of an angel, and they were afraid. Then the stranger spoke. He said, "Do not fear. I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear." And suddenly the sweetest music filled the air, and it went la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Peace and goodwill to all men, and love for the child La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. That's a wrap. Y'all, to be honest, my voice is so shredded. I've been talking for 5 hours straight. Please give me grace. Hopefully, I don't sound like a dying ostrich. Hopefully, I don't, but like, I literally tried. I've been like, yeah, like, literally trying to. I'm doing this for y'all. But that song, too, let me know how I did down in the comment section below. And if you want like a traditional full cover, I can post it on a Bing channel in the future. All right. So, impact on industry. This one was super interesting. Finding all the cool factoids for you. I'm just gonna run through them, the ones that we found. So let's switch up here. Do a little English accent, why not? Little English radio host, why not? New fourth dimensional material framework enables The framework enables the formation of agriculture systems designed over an infinite time. There is a strong interest in multiverse topics in the film industry. Now I touched on that one because you have like all the Spider-Man movies, all the Avengers movies, um, Avengers Endgame. Also, I don't know, even like Paw Patrol, like so many shows, so many movies are interested in the metaverse. And when you have a film, for example, like Endgame, it grossed pretty much like one of the highest rated films ever. So huge interest, huge impact in monetary gain from metaverse topics. By embracing the metaverse, the automotive industry can transform employee training and after-sales experience. The integration of AR and VR technologies enhance the consumer experience, improves service efficiency, and enables technicians to acquire new skills and knowledge. The metaverse could allow you to buy perfect home without even visiting a physical location. It can create digital twins, virtual models designed accordingly effective, reflective physical objects to see how they might look and work. Now that's going to be how it affects that was the what was that? That was the realtor realtor industry, I believe. Yeah, housing, realtor industry, right. All right, so the concept of meta governance moves beyond the from government to governance thesis and brings government back to a more central stage. So, what I dove in deep on this, where I'm going to touch base on it just lightly, is it gives government a sort of omnipresence over people as they enter into the metaverse. You can see everything. The government can see everything. So, kind of a little creepy. But it changes the way government works completely. It really does. And lastly, as people explore the metaverse, there will be opportunities for native advertisements, such as billboards on a virtual street or product placements. There are also sponsorship opportunities for events within the metaverse. So, what I touched on, I literally went on a huge tangent. Yes, sorry. But so, what I touched on the fact that like you can literally just look at the street and see like a Puma advertisement or like a cloud advertisement for Best Buy. You can go and just look at the sky and then say like they spend the most money on advertisement at the time. They have a set limit on who can have it at the time. So imagine looking up and seeing like a huge promotional ad always running for probably Coca-Cola. A red sky with Coca-Cola, and then like, I feel like what the driving point I want to make was like it's oversaturation, so it might lead to like less people buying, you know. But then again, consumerism is really popular. It's still really around, so it might increase everyone's wages. Definitely interesting to see at least. All right, so here's the main points from where the meta dimensionality is going. In 2050, we will witness the birth of a new VR technology that will allow us to have a real virtual experience in a hyper-realistic graphics. The visual representation within a metaverse will reach unprecedented levels of realism. An electromagnetic metasurface refers to a kind of artificial sheet material with sub-wavelength thickness. Metasurfaces can be either structured or unstructured with sub-wavelength scaled patterns and horizontal. Like, what does this even mean? What? All right, let's see. Another one we have here is the renaissance of metadata stems from its potential to add value in ways we're only beginning to realize. Its organization grapple with expands data, Lex, and interactive databases. Metadata acts as a compass, ensuring we never lose our way. Whoa. Wow. So, as always, the whole presentation is going to be here, so you can read all 7 of those points. And I actually have to sing one more song. We're being positive. We're trying to get through this. Like, so unexpected, but like, you can never be ready. You can never be ready for anything. So, yeah. So that's why I'm like pulling like the main points of each one because like my voice is like super tight. And I have one more song. This is by Mia, Time Traveler. So the reason why I chose this song is because I don't know. I feel like the other 2 space theme songs are kind of like gloom and doom, and Mia, Mia, she always has like revolutionary constructions as far as her arrangements, lyrical composition and stuff like that. And this is just fun. Like it gives meta, it gives interdimensionality, travel, otherworldly. Like it's just like a fun song, and it's kind of a little bit like just like a little all over the place, but it's like fun and poppy. So we're gonna get into it. Bing. It's like no, I'm just kidding. All right, let me get into it. Okay. No matter what you hit on, make sure you don't get split on. Anything it makes you get a bad trip on, open up a lock on, don't be stuck on. The root always popping when you walk on with a Mac on. I'm a traveler, hey, time traveler, hey, center at a star to the center of a nebula. Time traveler, I'm a traveler. Center at a star to the center of a nebula. Gonna go Nirvana, hey, hey, hey. Driving in my Vimana. Hey, hey, wanna go Nirvana. Hey, hey, I'll take you to my Nirvana. Hey, vroom, vroom in a car. Hey, vroom, vroom on a bike. Hey, vroom, vroom on a train. Zoom, zoom on a flight. Vroom, vroom in a car. Hey, vroom, vroom on a bike. That's what we like. That's what we like. Vroom, vroom in a train and zoom, zoom on a flight. On a flight. Ooh, 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 yeah. We completely restructured that song because the song's like fun and poppy. It's very talky, fast. Da, da, da. It's kind of like rap singing, but I want to kind of like sing it. So like I restructured it. If you haven't listened to the original, it's completely different. I don't know. I feel like it's because I was doing a country accent. That's why I like went like all like slow and jazzy. But yeah, we fought through that song. We fought through that song. So yeah, so like you can see like how the construction and everything is kind of like a little bit all over the place, but that's what makes it like fun. It definitely gives like otherworldly. All right, so quick sidebar. We are now at science time, where I tell you a fun fact I've learned and one thing I want to add addition to the topic, and then shout outs. So during my time of recording the previous section that took like 2 hours, I feel like I had so many interesting things to say, and it's live filmed. So you can't plan the jokes, you can't plan the times, da da da. But we went for it, we got through it. Um, Stick with me. Thank you for being so supportive. Episode 3 coming out next week. Um, and we're going to give it another go. This is just the beginning. Ups and downs, you're going to see the evolution change and happen right in front of you. Um, yeah, hopefully, I really hope you did have fun. This wasn't completely planned, um, but it's literally 4:09 right now in the morning. And I'm not the type to give up. I'm not the type to give up. So that's why I'm like, you know what? We're still going to finish the show. Hopefully, you got most of what you want to get out of it. Um, I try my best to put the best forward. Um, but yeah, things took on a journey of its own, and you know what? We survived. Demolish the like button because we survived this episode. We survived this episode. Real quick. We're still gonna finish off strong. Fun fact that I learned: the most interesting thing I learned is the fourth dimensional fabric. That was incredibly mind blowing. One thing I want to share about the topic is I feel like it's going to lead to some type of eternal life. And as a believer in God, right? As a Bible believing Christian, um, I have a different understanding and viewpoint on death. So I understand that we're all like spiritual beings. We're in a current body, human flesh body at the time. But the Bible states to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So once we pass away, we don't actually die. We never die. And that's just the way I see it. Um, we never die. So once you're before the Lord, if you don't have Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, then according to my belief, you don't access heaven. And then the only alternative is, I don't know if I can say this, hell. Yeah, hell. HE double hockey sticks. Your soul is either heaven or hell. And that's why we need salvation through Jesus Christ. So not only the other hundreds and thousands of prophecies that have been fulfilled and the actual data that proves that Jesus Christ was here and everything that lines up perfectly with scripture, that is like there's not one thing that fell out of place. It builds my faith personally, and this furthermore lines up with the whole, they want to live eternally outside of God. So with the metaverse giving you a place to, be live outside of your body, as it's stated earlier, they're going to give you all of your senses. So you're seeing, you're smelling, you're touching, you're hearing, everything, but you're not actually living. You're inside of this artificial realm. And it's kind of spiritual. They call it the internet, but it's kind of spiritual in a way. Like you're sentient, you're living, but you're not actually living. And they're saying you can't tell the difference. And I believe it's because this is the prophecy of them not wanting to face God. I know it got super like kind of dark and whatever, creepy if you don't really understand, but hang on with me. Down in the comment section below, let me know if you want to continue on that topic. What I mentioned earlier in regards to shout out, we're going to do a quick transition. Is I'm going to do like a quick sides, or like I'll think of the name later, on shorts, YouTube shorts here on the channel, where I just quickly ask questions, do quick like facts of the day. So me personally, I'm extremely interested in eschatology. So like that's, ooh, excuse me, that's I'm a mess. That's the study of the end times. And if you're interested in that, we can definitely touch base on that. And we're just going to be hashing out quick facts on the YouTube shorts. Let me know. Let me know. So we'll get more information on that if this is your first time hearing about it. So yeah, that's my fun fact. Quick chat and shout out. So of course, check out more of Musial Art Patreon that just launched like 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. Exclusive behind the scenes information on there. And also uploads, extensive uploads on everything, all the behind the scenes networking. We have the lookbooks, complete lookbooks of just any type of thing we shoot behind the scenes of here, the looks on how we got to this, arrived to this look, YouTube banner being put together, different types of shots that we didn't use, all the exclusive sit downs and chats, full covers, just extensive connectivity opportunities, daily vlog sessions, personal interactive messaging that you have available. So there's different tiers that you can get on there for extensive access. Yeah, a lot there. Other than that, shout out to my Bing channel. There's a cooking video dropping on the 18th, tomorrow. We have the whole Snapchat compilation of all the antics that we get into. Binks Bubbles, that's essentially, I'm just washing dishes really and talking. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's to get the hours, to get the watch time up so we get that 4,000 so we can get monetized and start creating more and more and more great content. And build the brand that we have here, build the production company so we can hire a team and all that stuff. And we can just, we can reach and continue to grow. What else? 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 Oh, I guess you can look out for my Instagram. I drop lookbooks here and there. That's pretty fun. Of course, remember to scan the QR code to be on the show. I think that's it. That just about does it. And one last thing, go scan this QR code right now if you haven't already. There is one available. There's one available. It's a foreshadow of future products that's going to be available on the Jamstratic Etsy. Jamstratic LLC is my art retailer. Another one of my small businesses. Um, Basically acrylic arts on stretch canvas. We also use watercolor. A number of different looks on there, all based around abstract art. So if you're interested, go check out the looks over there. The vault is open, and all of my products over there are one only. This is one only, right? So if you don't happen to get this, it's all right. It's okay. Just act a little bit faster next time. But if you don't, then you can get another one of them. You can also order personal creations. You can send, say like, oh, I want a certain color, this. Give me parameters on what to make, and I'll make it for you. All that stuff. Just go check it out. Go check it out. It's fun. It's a good time. Scan the QR code, quick and easy. You can head over there and do that right after I close out the show. Close it down. I'm so sorry I keep on talking. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Go and share this video. Share it. Demolish the like button. Let's get the word out and continue to grow so we continue to learn, grow the audience. We can all grow together, continue to build community, have laughs, have fun, and all this stuffs. Remember, there's always room for me and for you on the sides. Binky here, Binky out. Side desk.